Today we're going to talk about something that, well, maybe you thought about, but you kind of pushed it out of your mind. Our word for today is the word blame. Blame is a very complicated word. It's also one of those negative words that we are weeding out of your vocabulary. But let's take a few minutes today to take this word apart and see how it really affects you. Our dictionary tells us that blame means to find fault with something or to be responsible for things that are not as they should be. It also means shifting that responsibility onto someone else. How many times have you used that expression, don't blame me when things go wrong? No, we don't want to take the heat for something we didn't do. Well, you know, a lot of people shift blame for things that they are responsible for. People do that because sometimes they don't want to take responsibility for things that they should. For example, a lot of people blame their weight problem on others or other things. Maybe you've done the same thing. Think about it. Have you ever said, well, I'm a big boned person, so that's why I'm heavy? Or maybe you've used the classic, my mother and father were both overweight, so I guess it's just in the family genes. Believe it or not, these are all excuses, and they are all ways of shifting the blame from ourselves for our weight problem to someone or something else. I want you to get rid of all those excuses because you can't hide behind them anymore. Now, I want you to do this. I want you to be honest with yourself. I want you to get out your Project Me passport and read number 4. Let's read it together. I have blamed many people and many things for my fat. But I must admit, I am to blame. I hold the fork. You know, you can try to blame everybody and everything else for being overweight. You can try to shift the blame all day long, but when it really gets down, it really is your fault. Once you can admit to yourself that you have a weight problem and only you are responsible for it, then you'll free yourself of all those excuses that have held you back for so long. So blaming should be turned into taking responsibility. As we learn not to shift the blame onto other people and other things, we also learn how to accept responsibility for our own actions. And take responsibility is a really positive thing. It means that you can answer for yourself, that you can take charge, that you are assertive. Think about where we would be if nobody wanted to take charge of what they were doing. What if Columbus said, I think I'll stay home today? What if Custer didn't take his last stand? What if Moses decided the promised land was too far to walk? Well, you know I'm joking, but the point is that when we are responsible for ourselves, we can accomplish whatever we set out to do. That's because we are taking control of our destiny. So I want you to scratch all of those excuses you may have been using in the past to shift the blame of being overweight onto someone else. Today is a great day to make a new deal with yourself. Say to yourself, I know I'm overweight and I will take responsibility for everything. And I'm going to make a change in my life right now to lose the weight and become a healthier person. So you got to stop blaming and you got to start taking responsibility for you. It takes courage to do that, but I know that courage is deep inside of you.
Hey everyone, so today's video was about blame. I believe more accurately it's about taking responsibility. I'm sorry, when I hear the word blame, I think of shame, which coincidentally my mental health team and I have been kind of working through this week and we'll be continuing to work through. Yeah, I mean, I would argue pre-age 16, 17, I could probably make the case that, you know, my mom was the one doing food, my dad was the one doing food. But after a certain point, you know, you're a teenager, you're making those requests. You're trying to get food that's quick, especially if you're involved in a lot of things like I was. I sometimes didn't come home until a little later because I was at play practice after school. Or I had to eat quick after school because I had to be at dance at like 6 o'clock, and I'd be there until 9:30 at night. Not every day. I'm just throwing out examples there. So, we would be doing the ramen and the Hot Pockets and that sort of thing. Which is probably why at this point I cannot stand Hot Pockets. But at this point I've been living fully on my own. Hi. For 7 or 8 years. Yeah. And, sorry, she's distracting me. She's just a good distraction. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Sorry about the baby voice there. It drives my mom nuts. But, sorry, what was I saying? But, at this point I've been living on my own long enough where I'm the one who's making the grocery lists. Let's be real, there's not much of one in existence. So I'm the one who needs to be paying better attention to what I'm getting, why I'm getting it, and really honing in on, am I getting this because it's a comfort food? Or am I getting this because I know it's going to be something that will help me stay energized or something like that. Not saying that all comfort food is bad, just not in the amount that I've been having it, which has still been a struggle for me, especially recently. So, yeah. So, I guess that's about it for this one. And I'm going to have a look and see what the next one is so I can get all these up.